So butterfly half guard. We're going to do a hook sweep from there. It's not full butterfly because we're not going to have both hooks in. We're working single hook. The concept I want to look at here is it's always elevation, but one of the issues that people have is they focus too much, I think, on the post to kind of knock the hand out to get them to move. One of the things I want you guys to look at is all I need to do is break posture to be able to really get to a good sweeping position. Can I borrow you? So I'm going to be playing from half guard, right? We're on a hip clamp, so my knees are pinched. My heels are pulling down, and I generally hit a figure 4 on my ankles on the far side or just cross my ankles, so I have more pulling force on his knee, okay? Always cross-posting, never flat. The first fight is always here, okay? I'm trying to shoot my underhook and get inside. I do this off of Z-guard a lot, where I'll bring the knee up and I'll point my toes to the floor on the back end to control. It works similarly. However, if you don't feel super stable here, you feel like you're getting smashed with your hip right here, I recommend just playing with the low hip clamp and pinching together. Okay, my knee's like just to the right or left, depending on which side you're on, of the navel. So like look for where the waist is or the belly button, put your knee right next to it, pinch your legs together, pull your heels. That's the baseline of what we're working for. Here, I'm going to use this cross post and this inside grip control as well as my leg to push him that way. I want to make his hand post to the floor so I get an easy underhook. So I'm here, he's going to be driving weight into me. I drive wide. All this space starts to open up on the near side, right? I go from the shoulder to my knee. I use the knee to shoot up. And if you look here, I'm not necessarily grabbing this. In the gi, I would absolutely be grabbing his sleeve here. But in no gi, I'm going to sit up and drive my weight in, okay? A couple details here. When we get our underhook, my hand placement can change, right? I can go top shoulder, I can go far side lat, or I can go waist. I play waist. It's preference. Depends on where you want to go, right? That's all we're really looking at is preference from here. Scoot down just a little bit this way. So when I'm here, my goal is to get a butterfly hook with my backside foot. Something I see a lot of people do when they do this is go over the top of the thigh. There's a world where it's fine. It's just not quite as stable. So when I'm here on the inside, I don't necessarily want to like come up here and do this because if he times it when my foot comes off the floor, he just smashes me flat, right? And I'm going to go back down. So what I want you guys to do, keeping the heel behind the knee here, posted up, is just shrimp a little bit. Just a little bit of a shrimp right here. Toes to here. So it's shallow. My foot's like right on the inside of his knee right here. Okay, I'm not super deep on the hook because I want to be mobile, right? So I'm just getting to here, and I'm keeping this behind his knee. Now that we're here, head placement's going to change depending on how long you are. I like to stay on the jaw. If you like to play lower, that's fine, but we're never looking at the floor, choke or smash my head down. So I'm up, in, or here. Either of these is fine. Now to set up our hook sweep. Generally speaking, or traditionally, I'm trying to get to like here, or wrist, or take him over, what have you. If he plants his hand close enough to me, I can absolutely do that by grabbing here. I'm going to drop to my shoulder, and as my shoulder makes contact, my leg extends. Okay, so I fall over, I get him, and I take him. We start setting up our sweep, right? However, that's not super realistic in no-gi. It's very, very hard to grab sleeves. It's very, very hard to get grips. They're slippery. They move around a lot. It's a pain. So what I want to do is instead try to get heavy on his head. Now, there's a couple different placements we can do, or we can set up our grips for. I can go near side, far side, I can go near side, or I can go guillotine grip. Of the three, the guillotine grip is probably the most control. The far side is probably the quickest. Now, a trick that I need you guys to look at here, and I'm sitting comfortably just because I'm talking to you, this back leg doesn't leave the back of his knee until I'm ready to sweep. And when it does, I'm kind of doing this. I'm going to like bring my foot and turn it down to the floor, just put my toes on the floor. So it's coming in here. So I'm here, I'm driving in, we're getting pressure, I'm controlling here, here, or here. And what I'm trying to do is sink down and away from him, like this. Okay? What this does is it changes it so his weight's not on me, but it's on his hand, or kind of out, like almost doing a throw by here, like I'm trying to take the back. This allows me to start setting up control of his head. So there's a little bit of a timing here. If you have a problem with stability or like balance, I'd recommend going lat because I can kind of pull myself up and then he comes with me, right? A trick here is my backside knee, or the knee that is butterflying, cannot come within the range of his ribs. So I'm at or beyond his ribs here. If it goes within the range, posture up just a little bit for me, and he gets here, he just smashes me, and now I'm in bottom mount. Right? He's just going to climb my knees and I'm stuck. Yeah, side control, whatever, right? We don't want that. So again, we're here. playing to the inside, I'm controlling, I'm sinking down, and I'm low. My personal preference is to pop up and grab the head, right here. I'm not grabbing his neck, I'm grabbing the crown of the head and making his chin touch his chest. As I do this, I'm going to do a half Granby onto my shoulder and elevate his hips. So I'm here, here, here. All the way over, connection, drive through, settle into my position from there. Okay? Here's the thing. Ideally, we sweep them over, we take them out right away. Cool, fantastic. It's not always that easy, right? Most of the time, especially with higher level guys, they hit their hip switches, they're sprawling, whatever. All I want you to do is put them on their back and get on top. That's it. Simplify it. Okay? Now, I'm going to show it one more time from a different angle, but my concept here, inside underhook control, none of this works if I go to sweep him and my heel stays bent. Okay? So without a partner, if I'm here and I have like underhook and I kind of fall to my side to sweep him and my leg just stays here, he's going to hip switch, he's going to pass, I'm going to get stuck. Right? So just another demonstration of that. I'm here. Right? Maybe I even get the head and I go here and I go to sweep him. All he's got to do is hop over this leg and then I'm stuck because I didn't elevate him enough. Right? So what I need to do is as soon as my shoulder touches the floor, these toes hit and my leg straightens on the right side. So I'm here, here, straighten my leg. You do it right, he'll go all the way over. You can even just come up, settle to a north-south, catch, whatever, off of there. That's our concept from there. Cool? Yeah? Any questions on this? Everybody good? Ready? 1, 2. Thanks, guys. World. Ah! So, something I want to look at here, just a couple small details. Scoot back this way a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So I'm here, okay, I've got my half guard in. It's important, this backside foot needs to be on the floor generally, because I can use it to like drive, bear weight. Okay, I never float either of my feet really when I'm playing either of these. A really important secondary note is if you're having a really hard time elevating your opponent, it's because your backside foot's not hitting the floor, more than likely. Because it's really hard for me, like if I'm floating this foot to like pick him up with just my leg is really difficult. So this backside foot needs to come out, post to the floor, and I can push my hips over into the sweep, right? Another thing I want to talk about here that I'm seeing people do is you're getting here, and you guys are like going like this and then trying to like here. My head's over his head. It's going to be really hard to sweep this. It's also really awkward because there's no momentum. We build momentum, push. When he pushes back into me, we use that momentum to sweep. So I drive with my head, and then I catch to take him over, okay? You're generally never going to sweep from a static position. Got to build some movement. I say never. It's not really true. You can, if you're big enough or better than they are, you can just kind of sweep them when you want to. But if they know what they're doing, like I roll with Toth, I'm not just going to pick them up and sweep them. Got to set it up, get the distance, right? Make sense to everybody? Yeah, questions on that at all? Good? All right, I want to talk about a single leg X entry from here. That's very, very common. We can drill that for a little bit and then we're going to hop into rounds. Cool? So, very, very, very normal thing to happen. I get to my half guard, I get here, I insert this hook. He picks this foot up and plants it on the floor to try to kill my hook. Okay? If you guys notice, I follow, but it's hard for me to keep my foot sticky here, like sticky hooks stay underneath. I can get to the back of the knee, huge pain in the ass, right? So what I'm going to do with my underhook is I'm going to connect my bottom shin to his thigh, shoot this through while bringing my hand out to go to Ashi. So I'm here, I'm going to plant, pull my heel in, shoot my leg under, and then my backside of my knee is going to hit him behind his thigh as I sit in to my Ashi bite. Okay, from here we can like knock him over, start attacking outside, we can pummel under to X, whatever we want to play from there. But my idea here is, here I start losing connection. That's okay. I'm going to replace my connection on this side with a connection on this side by just connecting my shin to his thigh. And then I'm already on an underhook, so I can slide my hand down his leg, even if the knee is fine, and then I'm going to shoot my hips over. Okay, now from here, we're just pinching. We can shoot underneath if we want to play classic, go over to sweep, whatever we want to play off of this. But this is very, very common. So if you enjoy leg locks in really any capacity and you like to play a butterfly, this is a really, really easy way to get into your single leg X. Okay? Let's do a different angle real fast. So just like right here, let's do it this way. So same leg. I'm going to be here just one more time so you guys can see. I'm going to do the full sequence here. So I'm pushing away. Okay, I'm shooting under to my sit up, catch. I shrimp out as needed to insert my hook. When I'm ready to go, he stands up. My backside foot connects.
I'm just gonna slip under here, okay? I like to cup the top of the knee or go under right here if possible. I'm gonna bring my hips to him, slide my hand back to connect. We can go figure 4 here, or if you're going for like a false bite here or just control over the top, this is very strong as well behind my leg. My idea is to turn my hips and break him down. My backside foot is sticky to the opposite thigh. I pinch, twist, take him down, and then we're just gonna play through our positions from there. Make sense to everybody? Yeah? Starting the butterfly, they pop up to defend, you've got your single leg. Cool? Questions? Ready? 1, 2. Thanks, guys. Couple minutes. They're gonna be like, do something cool, and it's just. Thank you, Gabby. I appreciate you as always.